Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 10. It's titled War and Peace. Let's get started with the first couple, Matilda and Niles. They are packing up to go to Matilda's hometown. Niles is going to do the knocking ceremony, but he is going to tell her people that they are not getting married on this trip. Matilda is worried because that's breaking tradition. You're supposed to get married soon after the knocking ceremony. So they're flying back to Matilda's hometown, and this is Matilda's first time on an airplane. So we get to see her fly for the very first time. She flew. She was okay. She hit her face in Niles' shoulder the majority of the time, but it was only an hour flight. She was okay. So they get to a town closer to where she lives, and instead of going to her house, they got a hotel because there's too many people living at her house, and a lot of people will overwhelm Niles, so they're gonna stay at a hotel. So they stayed at the hotel, and it's the next morning, and they're getting ready to go to Matilda's family's house. But first, Niles needs to get a haircut. He goes downstairs to get a haircut, and he told the barber that he is just in Ghana to meet his fiance's family. He said, but she got all excited and told everybody that we were getting married on this trip. He said now he has to tell everybody that they're not getting married on this trip. But even the barber knew that that was some bull. The barber knows Niles was lying. The barber told him that when you say something, you have to mean it. He said if you don't mean it, then don't say it. The barber told him that if he is not truthful, it's disgraceful to the family, and they won't forgive him, and they can put a curse on him. He told Niles that this curse will follow you all the way back to America, and everything you touch will turn to shit. He didn't say those words exactly, but that's what he meant. He said, so you better be careful. So now Niles thinking he has to be careful with the words he used when he talks to her people. So an hour later, they get into a car to drive to her hometown. On the way to her hometown, she told Niles, no more lies. No more lies. Niles told her he will choose his words carefully. She asked him to tell her, what exactly are you going to say to my mother? He said he is going to tell her mother that he is just here to meet Matilda to see if they're compatible. And he never once said that they were getting married on this trip. He said, we never discussed it. He's going to tell her mother this. We never discussed it. And he didn't tell her to tell anybody that they were getting married on this trip. That's what he said he's going to tell her mother. Matilda said, I don't want you to say that. I don't want you to lie again. Niles said, it's not a lie, but okay. Niles first he apologized for lying, and now he's going back and saying it wasn't a lie. Now it's crazy. She told him, if you say that, my mother will be angry. Just say that you will do the knocking ceremony the next trip, and we will get married. And, the next trip. Just say you do the knocking trip now, and the next trip we'll get married. Niles said, okay. But I don't trust Niles to say that. I don't trust him. I would tell Niles to shut your mouth, let me do the talking. I don't trust him to say anything because he's a liar. He's a liar and he can't be trusted. So she told him that she did not want him to lie ever again. He said, okay, but the barber told me that if I promise something and it doesn't happen, then you guys can curse me. Matilda, she didn't say a word. She had a little smirk on her face, but she didn't deny it. So they get to the house. Niles met everybody. He sat down to chat. Niles told them that he came to meet Matilda and to get to know her, and he's thinking about marrying her. So then the uncle translates everything that Niles said to the family. So then the family welcomed Niles. The uncle told Niles that he is happy to see him because when he talked to him on a video call, Niles promised to come to Ghana and set up the knocking ceremony and the marriage ceremony. See, there you go. There you go, Niles. There you go. Even the uncle said you were coming to marry her. You're going to do knocking ceremony and marry her. Niles, you can't lie your way out of this. The producer said you said it. The uncle said you said it. I said you said it. Tilda said you said it. Come on, Niles. No more lying. Niles don't know what to say. He's sitting there looking like, oh shit, he got me. So then he whispers to Matilda, I don't know what to say. Where do I go from here? So she told him to say, I came to do the knocking, but not the wedding. So that's what he told the family. So the uncle translated that to everybody else. The mother said, no, we don't accept that. We don't accept that. And then they discussed it amongst themselves. And then the uncle told Niles, okay, but you have 2 months to come back and do the marriage ceremony. And I found it odd that nobody has asked him, why can't you do the marriage ceremony? Why aren't you doing the marriage ceremony? I found it odd that nobody is asking that. Matilda didn't ask him that. The family didn't ask him that. The producers didn't ask him that. I think it's a money issue with him. That's what I think it is. But Niles is not agreeing to coming back in 2 months to do no marriage ceremony. He is not committing to that time frame. He's not answering that. He's not committing to that. So Matilda told him to say he will do the knocking ceremony for now, and very soon they'll hear from him. And let's show them the ring. So that's what they did. And the family accepted that. And then they sat down and broke bread. And that was that for Matilda, I want to call her Matilda and Niles. Next up we had Vanya and Bojo. Vanya is perplexed that the night before Bojo told the people at the cooking class that they were just friends, and then he refused to stay the night with her at the apartment or the Airbnb, whatever the hell that is. She is hoping and praying that today, it's the next day, that he changes his behavior and start to act like a boyfriend, because she's expecting a ring at the end of this trip. Excuse me. 20 minutes later, they meet up outside of the Airbnb. He ain't coming into the apartment. He's not coming into that apartment. He meet her outside the Airbnb. He probably called up, hey, come on down, I'm here. Because we saw him looking up and he never ever entered the apartment. So she comes downstairs, and I thought this was very nice of him. He gave her breakfast. He gave her some vegan pastry. And that's good that he gave her vegan, because he knows she eats only vegan. So he gave her a vegan pastry. And I thought that was very nice of him. So everything's going good. So far, so good. So in his confessional, he told us what the real problem is. He said he wants to take it slow. He said Vanya wants to rush things, and he feels overwhelmed. She makes him feel overwhelmed because she's so jittery and up. You know, she acts like somebody that just drank a lot of coffee. And I can understand that. I can understand him wanting to take it slow, because when you talk to somebody online, and then when you meet them in person, it's 2 totally different things. It's different. It's different. But he needs to tell her this. He needs to tell her how he's feeling. So he took her to a tour around a little town, and they're having a good time. You know, they're getting along, and they're having a good time. But then he told her that his mother has them married already. He shouldn't have said that to her, but he said that to her, because now he got her hopes up all high, thinking that there's going to be a wedding. And now she wants to meet his mother, you know? But then he busts her bubble and told her that he feels for her like he does a friend. And he told her he hoped they fall in love, but right now this is how he feels about her as a friend. And they'll wait to see how it goes, how the relationship develops. But she told him that she has already fallen in love with him. So then they talk back and forth, back and forth. Let me turn this thing off. I'm getting chilly. Turn the fan off. They talk back and forth. Then she asked him if he feels the chemistry between them. And he said, no, not romantically, I don't. And I'm happy that he's telling her the truth. He needs to tell her the truth, and I'm glad that he is. I would want the person I'm dealing with to tell me the truth. No matter how much it hurts, tell me the truth. Vanya told him that she feels the physical chemistry, and she's ready to touch him all over his body. She told him that it's painful to know that he doesn't feel the physical attraction. Bojo said he feels terrible to hurt her, but he has to be honest with her. In his confessional, he said they are not boyfriend and girlfriend. That's what he said. And that's what he told the people at the daggone cooking class. We're just friends. He said it was nice talking to her online, but when he met her, he felt overwhelmed. Vanya, she started to cry. And he hugged her and said, don't cry, don't cry. So Vanya claimed that he told her he loved her when they was talking online. He said, she told me he loved me, but now he's saying he's not attracted to me. She said, it's blowing my mind. I guess online he felt attracted to her, but then when he saw her in person, she was a turnoff for him. Well, she'll be there for 3 weeks. We'll see how things develop. But if I were her, I would back off. I would play it cool, and I would just enjoy my trip. That's what I would do. Next, it's Via and Sunny. Via is in the hotel room all alone. She keeps texting Sunny, asking him to come talk to her. But he texts her back and told her to leave him the hell alone. But he really doesn't want her to leave him the hell alone, because if he did, he would block her. But he's still talking to her. She keeps texting him. And he keeps responding. He told her she is heartless and she broke his heart. She then called Rory and asked Rory to meet her at the market. So at the market, she goes and buy a pineapple on a stick, and then she doesn't have cash to pay. So she had to call Rory and tell him to come pay. So Rory shows up, he pays for the pineapple on the stick, and she told Rory that Sunny saw a picture of him and her on the plane, and he dumped her, and Sunny dumped her. So Rory told her to do everything in her powers to get Sunny back. Next, Sunny comes over to the hotel to talk with Via. I thought he said he was done. See, I knew he wasn't done. When he comes to the room, she gave him some red roses. Then they go on the balcony to talk. He told her that she hurt him, and he told her to explain why she did it. She told him that she was scared to travel alone. She told him that she didn't tell him because she was afraid that he would tell her not to come. She told him that people always leave her and she didn't want him to leave her. And then she told him about the hard life she's had. Excuse me. He then told her that he's had a hard life too. He told her he didn't understand the relationship she has with Rory. So she told him that there is no romantic feelings between her and Rory. And she told him how Rory is close to her family. And then she told him that her and Rory had a baby that passed away. He felt sympathy for her, and they made up. And she asked him to spend the night in the hotel with her, and he said yes, but she said no sex. Spend the hotel with me, but no sex. Just some kisses maybe, but that's it. So Sunny is still not happy about how close Via and Rory are, and I wouldn't be okay with that either. They're too close. You know, to your ex, you're that close to your ex, I wouldn't be okay with that either. So next up we have Chatty and Renee. Chatty asked Renee to meet him at the beach, and I'm happy he did not go to the hotel room. I'm so happy. He would have never gotten out of that room. She would have locked the door, thrown away the key, and would have never seen Chatty again. So Renee is all happy, and she's all positive. She think that Chatty is meeting up with her to resolve things between them. And when they meet up at the beach, they hugged and they walked hand in hand on the beach. And then they sat down to talk, and Renee started arguing with him because he wasn't saying the things she wanted to hear. All she wanted him to say was, come back to the hotel room with me. I'm sorry that you argued with my sister. Let's pick the relationship back up where we left off, and let's go back to your room. That's what she wanted to hear, but that's not what he said. He told her that he is concerned about what happened between her and his sister. She don't want to hear that shit. She's really a nasty piece of work. She told him, what did she tell him? She told him that he's sucking on his sister's tits. That's what she told him. Because he brought up his sister, he told her that she told him that he is sucking on his sister's tits. He told her that if she wants love and respect, then she has to give love and respect. He told her that, she had told him that all her relationships are toxic. When he said that to her, she went off on him. She told him that the problem is not her, it's him. And then he better chill because he's messing with the wrong person. I don't know what all that means. Sounds like a threat to me. And then she asked him if he's with her for the visa. He told her that before he met her, he was surviving, and if God wants him to come to America, he will go to America, and plus he's been to university. What all that means, I don't know. But that's what he said. He said maybe he came to the States on a student visa. I don't know. He said, I've been to university. In his confessional, this is what he said, though. I wish he had told her this. In his confessional, he said if he wanted a visa, he would have had sex with her. I wish he had said that to her. If he had said that to her, she would have beat the hell out of him. She would have beat him up. But yeah, in his confessional, he said if he wanted a visa, he would have had sex with her. So they argued and they argued and they argued. And finally, he told her that he wants to move on. And then he wished her the best. And she told him, whatever makes you feel like a man. And that was it. In her confessional, she said she is devastated, she is pissed, and she is sad. And that's the end of Renee and Chitty. Last but not least, we have Tiger Lily and Adnan. Tiger Lily goes, she gets to Turkey, and Adnan did not meet her at the airport, did not pick her up at the airport. He sent a car for her. And you'd think he would meet her at the airport. They haven't been together for 2 months. You haven't seen each other in 2 months, and they're so in love with each other. You would think that he would meet her at the airport, but he didn't. But she's pissed at him anyway for posting that half-naked picture of himself online and refused to delete it. She's pissed at him for that. So she gets to the hotel room, and Adnan has candles and flowers all over the room. But she's acting standoffish because she's still pissed at him for posting that damn picture. So she asked him, if he would be upset if she did that, if she posted a half-naked picture of her on online. He said, I would not just be upset. I would have to kill you, baby. That's what he said to her. I don't know about you, but I believe him. I believe him. He told her, I'm a man. I don't have boobs. She told him it's a double standard and she wants everything to be even between them. She said if she can't do it, then he shouldn't be able to do it either. But Adnan, he don't want to argue with her. He got upset and he walked off. Next, he comes out of the bathroom or wherever the hell he was, and they sat on the bed to talk. And he apologized for upsetting her with posting the half-nude picture. But Tiger Lily, she still have her foot on his neck. She said to him, why did you think that was an okay thing to do? When if I do it, you told me you would kill me. He told her that there are things he can do, but things that she can't do. She said, what? He said, you can't show your body when you go swimming, but I can. Tiger Lily said, no. She told him, out of respect for her, he should not show his chest. She told him that he had told her that her body is for him. She said, well, your body is for me. Adnan laughed at her. In his confessional, he said Tiger Lily has to respect his religion. It's not his religion. This has nothing to do with religion. Your wife don't want you to show your chest. Don't show it. He told her that he does not want to fight with her anymore. He wants to make love and be happy. But Tiger Lily, she has other things she has other issues she wants to talk to him about, like this chiropractor thing and having all female doctors. She wants to talk to him about that, but since he apologized to her, she's going to drop it for now, and she's going to make love and be happy too. That was the end of the episode. This is the end of my review. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.